Unit 13. Part 1.
How do you feel when you are late?
I get really frustrated when I'm late. I also feel sorry for anyone who is waiting for me. So I always try to be on time or to arrive a little earlier than planned.
Do people in your country think that being on time is important?
I think they do. In my experience, Koreans are generally well aware that they're wasting other people's time by being tardy. While not everyone in the country is so time conscious, I think most people are.
What do you usually do in the evening?
I usually have dinner with friends or study in the evening. Additionally, I try to hit the gym at least 3 times a week. However, when I feel too tired to do anything at the end of the day, I just head home and watch TV.
Are evenings on the weekends different from those on the weekdays?
Yes, to me, the evenings on the weekends are not the same as the ones during the week. On weekdays, I try to engage myself in productive activities, such as studying or exercising in the evenings. However, when the weekend comes, I prefer to enjoy myself a bit by meeting friends or going to movies and concerts.
What is your favorite weekday?
It's Friday, of course. That's the last weekday, so I have the whole weekend to look forward to. Furthermore, I can stay up as late as I like on Friday nights, since I can sleep in on Saturday mornings.
What are your plans for this weekend? What about next weekend?
I have a friend's wedding to attend this Saturday and a lunch appointment with my grandparents on Sunday. Also, one of my best friends wants to check out a new movie with me, so I'm pretty much booked solid this weekend. However, I have nothing planned for next weekend yet.
Do you like housework?
Honestly, I don't like it much. Even though I fully understand that doing household chores is necessary, even important, I do not find them interesting at all. As a result, I usually put off doing housework until the last minute.
What can we do to make household chores less boring?
In my experience, they become less boring when you try to do them faster. For example, when I'm folding clothes, I try out different methods to find the most efficient way to do it. If I'm successful, I can spend less time on it the next time. Even if I'm not, at least the task was made more interesting because I had something to think about while doing it.
Part 2.
Well, of course, there have been several times when people have made me wait, but I'd like to talk about the time when I had to wait for my friend a few months ago. I was supposed to meet my friend at noon to have lunch and go to a musical. I arrived on time, but my friend was not there. I waited outside the subway station where we were supposed to meet. After waiting for a while, I got cold, so I went into a nearby cafe and did some web surfing on my phone to relieve the boredom. Eventually, my friend called to say that he had overslept because he drank too much the previous night. He said he was going to jump into a taxi and be there shortly. Unfortunately, he got stuck in the weekend traffic and was nearly 2 hours late. I was furious by that point. I thought he had been very rude and selfish by being so late. Luckily, he showed up right before the musical started and begged for my forgiveness. After the show was over, he treated me to dinner at my favorite restaurant. That made me forgive his lateness.
Part 3.
Why do people not like waiting?
People don't like waiting because it's boring. When we wait for someone, we can't do anything but watch the clock ticking, and this bores people to death. Not only that, but waiting is also a waste of time. If we are forced to wait, we lose the opportunity to do other things. That means we are wasting time that we could have used more productively if we weren't stuck waiting.
In what situations do people wait?
There are various situations in which people have to wait. First of all, in places like banks and post offices, there are often people waiting for service. Therefore, people have to stand in line and wait. Aside from that, people sometimes wait to have a meal at well-known restaurants. It seems that many Koreans are gourmets, so they don't mind waiting to try delicious food.
Part 2.
Well, actually, my mom woke me up early a few months ago. It was on January 1st, New Year's Day. I usually wake up around 8 for school, but my mother shook me awake at 5 o'clock that day. She did so because she and my father had decided to bring the family to the East Sea so we could watch the first sunrise of the new year together. At first, when I awoke, I was in a grumpy mood. To be honest, I didn't agree with the plan in the beginning, and I just wanted to sleep more. I didn't see why we had to get up that early to watch the sun rising. However, after we arrived at the East Sea and saw the sunrise, I felt it was worth it. While watching the sun, I made a New Year's resolution and a New Year's wish. It was a memorable and meaningful experience for me. Therefore, I'd like to do the same thing every New Year's Day.
Part 3.
What are some reasons for people to wake up early in your country?
The specific reasons differ from person to person, but I think the most common one is for school and work. Since most schools and businesses open in the morning, students and workers have to wake up early for their classes or jobs. In addition, many people get up early to do exercise. Physical activity improves overall health and gets the body ready for the day. Therefore, many people wake up early to do yoga or to go jogging.
In what situations is it bad to arrive early?
Well, I think showing up too early for a job interview is not good. Although one shouldn't be late, arriving too early can disrupt the schedules of the people in the office. Showing up early at an event where you don't know anyone is even worse. If you're alone at a wedding or seminar and there's no one to talk to, you will feel awkward and lonely.